Hey you, beautiful girl, you're doomed. You're not gonna find a partner, ever. Do you believe in that? I don't. Well, hi beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dee, welcome if you're new. In today's video, I'm gonna talk about something I haven't spoken on in a long time, which is dating. The reason I wanted to make this video was because I have been watching this person's YouTube channel. His name is Kevin Samuels, which I have to warn you, his content is not for everyone, and if you're interested in red pilling, especially when it comes to dating, feel free to watch his channel and then see what he has to say. Quite frankly, his videos were extremely entertaining if you get his points. But anyways, his videos kind of inspired me to think more about why there seems to be a lot of beautiful women that are out there having a huge problem with dating and finding someone that's reliable, that's someone they want. So I have to say, there's nothing wrong with being beautiful itself. Beauty by itself does not serve as, by any means, a disadvantage. If anything, it serves as an extreme positive. It serves as a plus. After all, I think you've probably known by this point that there are a ton of beautiful women that are happily engaged, married, being with someone that they're satisfied with, or just being single with occasional datings and whatnot. However, on the other hand, you have to keep in mind that there is a sizable amount of beautiful women that are struggling with dating, and keep in mind they're not happy being single, nor are they satisfied with being involved with this F-boy that only wants to have a situationship with her. And that's why I think we have a problem here. We do have an issue when it comes to beautiful girl and their dating patterns, how they are perceived in the market, how they approach dating and whatnot. So I personally have a theory right here. I think the problem is not about beauty itself, because by beauty itself, it doesn't objectively sabotage one's dating. If anything, it adds to their market value. I believe the issue came from how they perceive their own beauty, how they internalize that message and then project it onto people that they're romantically involved with. Let me explain this bit by bit. First of all, I think it was because not every single girl was born objectively beautiful. By that I mean the beauty standards automatically generated by the society, proximate society they're surrounded by. And usually, even though there are variations case by case, these beauty standards tend to follow a pattern of symbols of fertility. So for example, in the West, big breasts and big boobs, those were symbols of fertility, of course, but these beauty standards were formed because of these biological needs of human as animals to reproduce, to pass down our genes. It's not something we can control. It's biology. It's not an ideology. I believe that girls should have a right to choose whether to have a kid or not, but we can't deny our natures. Otherwise, our natures will come bite us in our ass, literally. It's just a biological phenomenon in the animal kingdom, and we're animals, keep that in mind. So because these girls were not considered beautiful when they were younger, they might be treated less compared to girls with an appearance that are closer to those standards. And then when they grew up, they learn about how to put on makeup, how to dress more properly that match their own vibe, all that kind of stuff to improve their appearances. Then they think the job is done. That's the biggest lie we've ever heard. I personally came from a background where I was considered very ugly or average at best. When I was in high school or early college, I wasn't considered beautiful, and I still think I'm not above average compared to some of the beautiful girls. And that's why I was always having this, for the longest time, I held on to this imagination that if I were to become prettier, if I were to become one of those beautiful girls, then I wouldn't have any trouble with dating. Guys would just jump onto me and I would have a sea of supply of potential dates ready to date me. That was one of the most brutal lie I was told. I don't know what kind of, I don't know by whom, but I did have that impression that as long as I could become physically more attractive, then I wouldn't have any trouble with dating. It should just happen. It should just take place naturally once my appearance was there. However, it was not the case. It was never the case. And for a lot of beautiful women right now who had that transformation, who went ugly duckling and then became more attractive right now, they might still hold on to that unrealistic expectation of once you become prettier physically, guys would just, you don't have to do anything, guys would just come to you. When in reality, it's not the case. You have to learn how to find opportunities, first of all, to meet men. And then once you meet them, how do you have conversations with them? How do you get them interested in you? And how do you select men that are a better fit for you? So those all require practices, trainings, and also research and constant self-reflection. And then that was the part of real life that was left out when we were growing up as girls, or even as boys. I'm pretty sure those of you who are handsome boys all have similar problems too. And that's why I think we need a red pill. We need to take the red pill right now. And then that's the first situation. Then the second one is for the girls that were born beautiful, that were just naturally more better than average, and then they've always been the pretty one in the crowd, and then they seem also to have problems with finding a perfect man for them. So in that case, also, it can vary case by case, and I believe I'm just doing an overgeneralization here, but here's how I see it. These girls were used to being treated well without doing anything, because that's how we are as humans. We treat people who look better unconsciously, unintentionally. That's why they've been treated very well, even though they didn't have to do anything hard to earn that better treatment. And then they thought that it should be the same case with dating too, and then they didn't actually try as hard as girls who weren't as attractive. And then they usually also have maybe higher standard. This is especially true with girls that are both beautiful and then career driven and all that kind of stuff. This might come off as a little aloof for a lot of men, and then sometimes they might get discouraged when they see that there are other girls, the other options that are, even though not as attractive as these beautiful women, they still try very hard, and then they might actually be more genuine, come off as more approachable and genuine. So these guys might actually go for those less attractive girls, even though there's no inherently better or worse in this situation when it comes to girls. It's purely just because of circumstances, and then these beautiful women not realizing that their beauty is not everything to it, or they didn't even realize that their beauty can be the very thing that's preventing them from trying harder. And then the third situation is somewhere in between. And then the bottom line is, being beautiful only can serve as a ticket that takes you to the game. It doesn't guarantee any sort of outcome from the game, nor does it help you play the game. And just because you're in the game doesn't mean you can play the game well. So when you are beautiful, you have to still learn about how to put yourself out there, how to find men that you're interested in, and then let them see you, let them become more interested in you, getting to know you, and then fall in love with you, decide to pursue you. And you have to learn the people skills to keep the conversation going, to keep their interest, and also they have to do the same thing. They could lose you if they don't have that personal people skill. So that is also something that I think a lot of people fail to realize, that it takes two to mingle. It wasn't just one being extremely gorgeous and beautiful, the other one is trying everything they can to pursue this one person, and then once the pursuit is done, the end of game, happily ever after. It doesn't work like that. That is my very rough and spontaneous analysis of why beautiful girls are having it very hard in the dating market. Also, I know there are a lot of good guys out there that were kind of hesitant to date beautiful, especially overtly beautiful women, because they might associate them with something that's more playful, not as sincere, especially for genuine guys who want to have families. That's why beautiful girls, you even have to try harder to prove that you are genuine and approachable, good people, and that you have to give them a chance. You have to let them know that you are willing to try it out, and then also work on the issues. So there are definitely a lot of things, maybe the majority of things are left unsaid in this video. I just want to use this brief, limited amount of time to talk about how I perceive dating. I love talking about this kind of stuff. If you're interested in hearing more, feel free to leave a comment below and let me know what you want to listen to me talking about, and I will be more than happy to make a new video on it. And thank you for watching my video today, and I hopefully will see you in the next video soon. Take care. Bye.